I already had my coffee, but the minute I turn the camera on, I feel like I need my coffee. We've got gray skies, rain, and wind here in Pennsylvania. So what's it look like where you are? Tell me in the comments what kind of weather you have today for Memorial Day and what your plans were today. What did you do? Did you have anything planned, a picnic or anything, family gathering? Let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know if there's any birthdays. I'm always curious to see what of my friends have birthdays. It's after 4 o'clock. I'm just sipping my water. I got a vacuum. I didn't own a vacuum cleaner for a number of months. And I just have my little dust buster, which works like a charm, but you know. And a local store is having a mega sale. And so I got a Bissell Featherweight, like a stick vacuum. You know what I mean by that? You know, one of these kind, like this, a little lightweight. That's all I need because it's just me here, you know, and I just need something to just lightly go over the travel spots. And it was like pennies. Today is 3 months since Sky passed and went on to his other life, his next life. And it's the 27th. So he left me on February 27th and it's May 27th. So I've got 3 months down. I'm doing okay today. I'm a little bit tired because my sleep was so-so last night. I mixed my second bottle of lavender oil and water in the spray bottle. I have a little mini spray bottle that I mix. I mixed a new one up this morning. And so that's good. And I think I'm okay right now. I haven't cried. I've been thinking about time for sure. And it feels like it's been years since Sky passed. Like it feels like it's been years. And then it feels like it was yesterday. And then it feels like it was years again. I guess that's what we go through, right? Let me read the card. Happiness is not owning more things. Happiness is finding peace with all the things you don't have and don't long for anymore. So, I don't have a CD player. I'd like to have a CD player, but I don't have one, and I don't necessarily need one, so I don't really think about it. You know, it's one of those. Action. Reflect on a time when you really wanted something, and when you eventually got it, did it feel as good as you had expected? How did that experience change your perspective? I don't know. That card didn't hit me in the gut like some of the cards did. So we'll just let that card go. I'm doing some reading. I'm reading A Primer of Soto Zen. I read this once. I'm reading it a second time. And if I said this already, just ignore me, because I do so many videos that I delete. And then I don't know what I tell you guys and what I don't. Or I'll start a video and someone will call me. And then the video gets broken up, and then I usually delete it and start over. I'm also reading Zen Sex for the third time. I've read this through twice. When Sky was in Tennessee and I was in Pennsylvania, he said, "Poet, get the book Zen Sex." I got it on Amazon. He said, and read it. And it's an amazing book about Zen and sex. And one of the things that really got me about this book is, one, it's a very easy read. And they talk about no matter what you're doing as a couple, it's intimacy, it's sex. You could be washing dishes together, and that's intimacy. And intimacy can be a form of sex. So there's a lot more to it than like what we would think automatically. This is the book that my friend lent me, Blood and Treasure, Daniel Boone and the Fight for America's First Frontier. This is 350 pages of Daniel Boone. Now, I got to be honest. I don't wake up in the morning first thing and think, I just can't wait to sink my teeth into this Daniel Boone book. I got to the prologue and I feel like I did something amazing. But I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. And if I can sink my teeth into it, I'll read it. It'll take me a while because I'm reading my Buddhist books. I have to go sit Zazen. I sat Zazen yesterday. That's sitting meditation. And I need to get my shower in a couple hours. Usually around 6 o'clock I try to get my shower. And a warm shower feels so good. Doesn't it? Like you just like, warm shower feels so good. So I think I caught everybody up on everything. We're supposed to have sun tomorrow, so I want to take a walk. And I'll do Zazen again tomorrow. I'm going to do that every day. I still have not emailed Sensei, but I need to email Sensei because I want to get the schedule for the Zen Center and see if I can do, when they do one of the online things, if I can log in. And I just want to be confident enough in my terminology, my Zen terminology, that I fit in well enough, even though Sensei would say, none of that matters, poet. I feel like, you guys, for the most part, or maybe I'm just trying to make myself believe this, but I feel like I'm getting used to being alone. Again, not liking it. I've said this before. I'm not saying like, oh gosh, I'm living alone, I love it. I don't. But I'm getting used to it. I'm in a rhyme and a rhythm now of the things that I do in the morning, in the evening, during the day, to make sure everything gets done and the house is neat and clean. And so it's kind of interesting that as each day goes on and I'm on my own, I'm more thinking now of what do I need to get done. Like I'm looking not too far into the future, but I'm looking far enough ahead to go, okay, this is going on, this is going to go on by the end of the week, this is going on, just so that I'm kind of prepared for any bumps in the road, you know. And then it's funny, not funny, but funny, you know, funny, weird, that then I'll hit this moment where I feel like I can't breathe. The panic will hit me and I'll go right back to the night that he died, and or the day that he vomited up all that oil and blood and whatever it was that he threw up. I'll go to that day and then I feel like I can't breathe, like I'm being choked. And I stay there for a minute and I'm like, snap out of it, snap out of it. It was his time, it was his turn. I'm kind of looking at it like we all have a turn. And it was his turn. You know, now that I'm thinking of it, we have an amusement park that's a couple hours from here. And you can ride the carousel and you can grab for the brass ring. Well, one time Sky got the brass ring, and the girl that runs the ride, she came over and took the gold ring. He got the gold ring and gave him another ring in place that he could keep. And I have to figure out now where that is. I think he had it in his wallet. I have to check now, because that was so, he made such a deal about that. That was so important to him. I've got to find that. What made me think of that? It was important to him. But I feel very lucky and blessed that I had him for 13 and a half years. And he was pretty cool, for the most part. And he taught me a lot, and I think I taught him a lot. And I miss him. I miss the everydayness of us. I miss us. Yeah. And then always the wonder of what's next, for me. I got to run something by you guys. I keep talking about my very thinning hair. I absolutely detest my hair. Now, all through my life, almost always, I had really long blonde hair. I'm a natural blonde with blue eyes. And I've always had really long blonde hair. And then I got it cut a couple times. And I pretty much have always had bangs. I'm not even sure why, but I think from when I was a little kid, from when I was 4, I had bangs. My kindergarten picture, I had bangs. My first grade picture, I had bangs. And when Sky got sick and I started taking care of him, I started losing my hair. And it kept thinning and thinning and thinning. And it's always been thin, it's always been fine, but I lost a lot of hair during the stress of taking care of him. And anyway, there's a lady, her channel name is The Kneady Homesteader, and needy as in kneading bread, Kneady. And she was in a car accident a couple years ago. Her and her husband and 2 children were hit head on by a drunk driver. Her husband was killed. She was critically injured, and her 2 children were severely injured. No one expected her to live. But she fought and fought and fought. And she is alive today. She's a very Christian woman, very God-based woman. And anyway, she has these amazing dreadlocks in. And I love them. I saw her so many times, and then one day she put a video up and she had dreadlocks in. And I was like, whoa. She's like in her, I would say, would she be in her 50s or 40s, 50s? I don't know. But I was like, whoa, I was blown away. I'm like, oh my God, how cool are those dreadlocks? Like, really? I would never expect her to have dreadlocks, ever. Last person on YouTube world would I expect to see dreadlocks. But they looked amazing. And I just fell in love with her dreads. And so she put a video up yesterday and just talked all about her dreadlocks, why she got them, how she cares for them, how they're, what bands she used to weave them into her natural hair. When the accident happened and all the trauma, she lost a lot of hair. And in order to preserve her natural hair, she's using dreadlocks that she's getting off of Etsy. And someone from her church weaves them in for her. And so she used these heavy-duty rubber bands to band them in. And they just look amazing. She uses like a curly dread. And they just look amazing. And she went through all the products that she uses, this special oil that she uses. And I was like, one of these days, that's going to be me. Because I was thinking about extensions. I was thinking about that, like that halo top with the elastic band. And then, the hair is supposed to all blend in. But my hair is so fine that that wouldn't even work for me. I need to have something that I can attach to my hair to fill in my hair, because my hair is so thin and it bothers me, my self-esteem. And so I was like, that's going to happen. That's going to happen for me. One of these days, that's going to happen for me. And so I mentioned something to my old friend. I'm like, one of these days when the money is there, I'm going to get dreadlocks. And he's like, no, I'm not a fan. I'm like, I didn't ask you if you were a fan. It's my head. It's got nothing to do with you. But anyway, she looks beautiful, just beautiful. And, but I'm going to figure out something. I am going to figure out something. I have a couple of thoughts in mind for hair, like fillers. I need to get a bag, and I should have done that at Target today because they probably had it in the stationery area, or I'll go over to Dollar Tree because they should have them. The teeny tiny rubber bands. The teeny tiny rubber bands. I need a bag of those. I had them, but I gave them to my son because he had his head shaved on the sides and he had this hair all pulled up into a ponytail. I gave him all of my teeny tiny rubber bands. But I've got to do something because I can't stand this anymore. I need filler stuff because I want to feel good about myself. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot, and I've had a lot of loss, and sometimes you just have to do something for yourself, you know, whatever that might be. Like I had to start wearing glasses when I was in the 3rd grade. I was 8. So I think that was 3rd grade. And we were a poor family. And so we got, my parents got me free glasses from the Lions Club. And they were pink. Now back in the day, way back, pink glasses were not the rage. Like now, people can rock pink glasses and do. Anyway, so I was tortured awful in school for these ugly pink glasses that I had to wear every day. And then I had those same glasses, all the way up until I was about 12. And then I was transitioned into brown framed glasses. Again, the Lions Club. So they're free. So whatever frames they had, they took those frames and put my prescription in. And I wore them all the way up until I was like 18 and got wire frames. Well, then I thought I was really, getting somewhere with wire frames. And then when I turned 20, I got contact lenses for the first time. And contact lenses were like so new that you had to take a contact lens class, and they would teach you how to put them in and take them out. And then from when I was 20 all the way until like, I don't know, can I even say 2 years ago? About 2 years ago, maybe about 2 years ago, I went to the eye doctor and I got my prescription paper. I didn't like any of the glasses that were there, and I didn't get a contact lens exam because I couldn't afford it. But I have boxes of contact lenses here, like 6 boxes. And so I went to Walmart, and Walmart had to buy a pair of glasses, get a pair 50% off. So I bought 2 pair and got 2 pair 50% off, and then they gave us more of a discount. And Sky got his glasses, 2 pair of them, and his were covered all through insurance. And then I just started wearing glasses because it was convenient for me taking care of him. I could pop my glasses on, come out and take care of him, do what I needed to do. And with my glasses, I can see far, but I can't see close up. So I have to take them off to read something. You'll see me, like when I'm reading my card and stuff. And so I'm at a point now where I'm kind of like over the glasses, and I'd like to get back into just the contact lenses. I'm starting to think about me. I want to paint my toenails. Haven't done that in months. And do my fingernails. Again, haven't done those in forever because I was working so much with Sky that all the polishes would have chipped off. There's a lot of things that I just, for me, left go by the wayside, because I was taking care of him. And I look at that as a gift that I was gifted to be able to take care of him. And I feel blessed that I had the skills to do that. So I'm like all over the place emotionally. Most of the time now I'm okay in the fact that I'm not bawling my eyes out, but I'm shaky a lot of the time, and I'm scared a lot of the time, and I'm you know, the usual stuff. But I miss him, and I'm coming around to the, he's not coming back, you know, and let's get with the program now, and let's start taking care of yourself so that you can work with the trauma of his death, and you can work with what comes next for you. Because if I don't feel well and I'm not taking care of me, then I can't handle the stressors of his death, right? So that's how I'm looking at it. No amount of crying or worry or anything is going to bring him back. My job now is, my job was to take care of him, to love him and take care of him, and I did. My job now is to keep his beautiful memory alive. That's my job now, is to never let him be forgotten. Because to me, he was that amazing. So that's my job, and I do that well, I think. And that's a gift that I give myself and I give to the world, that I keep Sky's memory alive. So Sky was born October 10th, 1952 at 3:05 a.m. And he was an amazing man and very quirky, very interesting. And I loved him a lot, as Tiffany Thinks would say. I loved him a lot. And so 3 months today, if I'm going to go by the date, tomorrow is 13 weeks, if I go by the weeks. But anyway you cut it, I'm starting to get into that, you know, the time is going, and I have to keep pushing forward. And I'm doing that. So thanks for being here with me on Memorial Day, you guys. Thank you for all your kind comments, for your Z-Lover, thank you for your comment of baby steps. I appreciate you. Thank you for everybody who comments. And to my gentleman friend who lost his beautiful lady, yeah, get a puzzle. Get like a 300-piece one. And just, you know, took my mind off things for about 2 hours or so. Gave me something to focus on. So do that. You'll enjoy it. I'm going to go. I'm going to clean up my stuff here and try out my little vacuum, and then I'm going to get a shower. I'm going to sit zazen, and I'm going to do a little bit of reading, and maybe I'll make a cup of tea. That sounds good for the end of Memorial Day, right? A cup of tea. Okay, you guys be safe. Take care of each other and yourselves. Okay, and I'll be back tomorrow.